formally welcome you all. I'll be requesting President WCOP UK, Dr. Suhail Chughtai, to have a quick word with you, and then we start the agenda going. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Arif. I think we must start with a word of condolence for people who have lost their lives in Belgium. It's a very sad moment, and we feel that terrorism anywhere, in any country, should be condemned, regardless of faith and religion. So we are really, we are quite sad to have this incident. We've suffered in our country as well, so we know what the pain is. 23rd June 2016 is going to be a very long day, because it's a summer long day, but actually it's going to be a very long day because it's going to be a referendum day as well. There will be 23rd June referendum, and people will decide whether this country stays in Europe or out. Referendum means a debate of very controversial nature, where government cannot decide with a clear policy. So having a referendum itself describes the sensitivity of the issue. The second thing is that personal opinions, I think they matter, but we should think as British Pakistanis rather than just Pakistanis when we talk about this topic. My personal view is that the cost-saving aspect, like 8.5 billion pounds will be saved if Britain comes out of Europe, just the membership fee. I mean, Britain paid around $12.5 billion pounds last year, but 8.4 something came back through the costs, so the funds. So 8.5 was actually the cost of Britain to be a member of European Union. That is 7% of the NHS budget. So that money could have been spent into the country to get the NHS budget condition better. The other thing is the immigration that if you look at the non-European immigrants, 2.9 million workers coming in UK and short-term visa to work, as compared to 1.9 European workers. So that immigration influx in UK could be curtailed by strict regulation. Britain comes out of Europe, so there will be border restrictions. But the other side of it, let's say Britain comes out of Europe, the free trade zone, people who leave their countries to come to Britain, they have attraction of working in a gateway of a big trade market, Europe. So they lose the incentive. The investment into the country will probably drop because they will feel that Britain is no more the gateway to Europe. And look at the negotiations underway right now. Europe is negotiating with America to become even a bigger trade market. So Britain will be edged out of this advantage if they go out of European Union. So this thing may not affect small and medium businesses who really don't want to trade outside Britain. But those people who want to expand their businesses to multinational, multi-corporates, they will be affected. 3 million jobs are connected to free trade market in Britain alone. I mean, gentlemen can correct my figures, but this is my layman's knowledge. The 3 million jobs will be affected if Britain doesn't remain part of the free trade market. That is a significant effect. We must watch that as Pakistanis, as British Pakistanis. A lot of community members from our community, they are actually part of this employment network. So that's a disadvantage to any immigrant society, let alone Pakistanis. The model of Norway, they did amicable divorce. They had deregulation, selective deregulation. Justice, agriculture, deregulated by European law, but they can still be part of the free trade. They can still communicate in Britain, in Europe. They can engage in trade, but their agriculture, they can be not regulated by EU. Something like this for Britain? Can they do that? Can they do a Norwegian model that we pick this, we bargain on that, we can be deregulated selectively, we don't want to be part of Europe in this part, but we can be trading in Europe because we bring this advantage on the table. Or a Singapore model, like a supercharged economy, doesn't need any country. That is something we want to hear from the experts. And I don't want to take more time. I know Amir Gori has got very short time. He's got a program ahead. So I want to leave with this note that let's hear from the gentlemen. And before we make an opinion, let's hear them first. Thank you. Thank you for coming.